Welcome to the Dickson County High School Football Coaches Show with Dickson County head coach Jeff Tomlinson and Dickson Post sports reporter Casey Patrick. The Dickson County Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Pamela Witt First Lending Solutions, where your dreams find the perfect mortgage match. Lee Canifax with Health Markets Insurance, your local Medicare specialist, voted #1 for health insurance. Steve Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, a truly enjoyable car buying experience, voted the #1 auto dealership in Dickson County. Tim Sutherland with Rolling Hills Realty, where trust meets expertise, navigating the real estate market with confidence and unlocking your home dream. Preston Thompson's Carpet Shop, for all your flooring and paint needs since 1970, voted #1 in Dickson County. And the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Remember, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Now, here are Coach Jeff Tomlinson and Casey Patrick.
Hello and welcome to the Dickson County High School Football Coaches Show. My name is Casey Patrick. I'm here with the Cougars head coach, Jeff Tomlinson, today. Coach, I know last Friday wasn't the result you were looking for. How difficult was it in the locker room after the game? What was the mood like?
It wasn't. I mean, it was down. Everybody, especially when you lose like that and you get, you 28 points scored, really makes it really look bad at the end. But in the grand scheme of things, it's again a non-region game, so the kids know that our goals are still intact, and we talked about that today, that we can win the region. We're still capable of doing that, hosting playoffs, and all of our goals are still in front of us. So that's the best part about it.
Okay, now one thing when I got here and I sat down and I was setting up, I looked in there and I saw the score of the game on your whiteboard in there. I know these kids believed they could win Friday, and I still think they could if they replayed it, but they took it personal when they lost.
They did. Didn't they? Yeah, they did. They didn't like it at all, and they knew it was on us as a whole, because when we have as many mistakes as we made, they know that they gotta be better, and we had a lot of pre-snap penalties, and a lot of times we were playing with 10 guys on a PAT team or whatever, and we just wasn't focused in some of those aspects in those phases of the game.
Now, how difficult, when you do have a performance that you're not really happy with on a Friday night, how difficult does it make it when you get back in the building on Monday with the kids?
Oh, it's not difficult at all. I mean, you can actually, you're ready to go. You can kind of wish the weekend would hurry up and get over with so you can get back in there and start fixing it. Okay. So the kids come in that way today too. They they come in and they're like, all right, we got to go to work. We got to get better. We got to fix this.
Okay, now, and I've got it written down here. I wanted to ask you. I know the defense forced 2 quick turnovers. What other positives did you see from the game, especially after being able to go back and look at some of the film?
Well, the way that we come out in the second half and sustained a good long drive and punched the ball in the end zone, and at that point you're only down 1 score, so it was 21-14 or 20-14, whatever it was at that time. And, you're only down 1 score, so we had a good sustained drive offensively right there after halftime. And, all in all, we did a decent job of moving the ball in a couple of other drives too. So we really like that. And defensively, we contained, for the most part, that running back that was a big load. And for the most part, we contained him. Now, we had some breakdowns in the passing game because of it, but the running game, we did a pretty decent job with that.
And I was going to ask about that at Brinkley. I know most of you don't use names; you just call them by their number. But Brinkley, I covered a game he was in last year for Gallatin, and he gets a lot of their workload. He's their workhorse. What was it about him and that run game that kind of made it hard to cover some of the passing?
Well, you have to put more people in the box. You have to he requires a lot of people. Because he's big, he's physical, and it's not one person's going to take him down very often. So you got to rally to the ball, and you got to gang tackle. He does a great job of body lean and getting forward and falling forward. And if you don't watch out, a 3-yard gain ends up into a 7-yard gain the way he runs. So when you have to rely on more bodies to contain him, then it puts you makes you weak in the secondary in some cases.
Yeah, and was that kind of the issue on there was a few 3rd and longs where they converted. Was that the
issue?
That's
on me too. We should have probably been in a couple of different coverages, and we were bringing pressure, and trying to get to the quarterback whenever we probably should have been playing coverage more so and letting our coverage work. So, I think there was a couple times where, like I said, we were in man trying to bring pressure when we probably should have just been playing coverage, and that's on me for that. We also, you don't make excuses, but Malachi was out of the game for the entire first half because of a nosebleed, and
Wow.
that threw some dominoes in there where we matchup problems and stuff that where we had a couple people playing in different positions at that point. So that on top of their passing game being pretty good didn't help any.
Yeah, they did have a pretty good passing game. The quarterback, I felt like, of course, big guy, he was able to throw the ball around. He had some weapons. But last Friday when I was here, I asked you about the block punt, and, you had kind of taken some of the blame for that one. And then just then you kind of did it again. How important is it for you to take accountability?
I think, we got to tell the kids that. And I tell them all the time, I want you to play fast. I want you to not worry about messing up or making a mistake because everybody makes mistakes. I'm going to make a million of them. I mean, that's just part of it, but we got to move on and get better for it. And yeah, I didn't, the block punt, I mean, we had a great punt to put forward, and we got running into the kicker, and we could have taken the punt down on the other end, and had a good roll, and it was a good kick. But I was trying to make something happen, and we went for it, and I didn't get them to draw them off. Couldn't draw them off sides, so we had to do a real quick kick, and it backfired. And sometimes that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So but you gotta own up to it. And the kids, when you do that, the kids respect you for it because you're not placing blame on anybody but yourself. And they're like, well, if he takes, responsibility for that, that's, they like that.
Okay. And, of course, you want them to kind of pick up on some of that, too, because it's important for them to know when they're making a mistake as well.
Right, absolutely. And you will see them do that more often. But instead of pointing fingers or blaming, making excuses, they'll look at you, they'll just say, that's on me. I got it. I'll fix it.
And that's an important part of the maturity process, too, just as a person, much less as a football player.
Right.
So. Well, we're going to go to our first break real quick. Y'all make sure don't go anywhere. Come back. We're going to talk. We're going to talk a few X's and O's on Dickson's side of it. Try to get to the bottom of things, and we'll be right back.
Nothing updates your home like new flooring, and we have it all. Carpet, LVP, wood, vinyl, and tile, along with professional installation, warranties, and friendly advice. Preston Thompson's Flooring and Paint, voted #1 flooring store in Dickson County.
Looking for a mortgage loan? Look no further than First Lending Solutions. We make getting a mortgage easy, with no hidden fees and no surprises. We work for you, not the bank, so you can trust us to have your best interests at heart. Get pre-approved in minutes and enjoy a seamless, stress-free experience. Apply online or call us today.
Steve Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, voted #1 auto dealer in Dickson County, a truly enjoyable car buying experience. Friendly customer service and a great selection of vehicles. Visit us today.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
If your paint project calls for bold and vibrant neutrals or soft pastels, Benjamin Moore has the design-inspired colors you've been looking for in a full line of durable, long-lasting paints. And they're all here at Preston Thompson's Flooring and Paint, voted #1 paint store in Dickson County.
Steve Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, a truly enjoyable car buying experience. Come see why we were voted #1 auto dealer in Dickson County. Visit stevejonesauto.com.
Welcome back to the Dickson County High School Football Coaches Show. My name's Casey Patrick. I'm here with Coach Tomlinson.
Hello.
Now, last Friday, I know, of course, quarterback is still a thing that I'd like to bring up. Wyatt Grambling, I thought he did a really good job, especially at points in the game. And Ray Dodson was able to come in and get some time, too. Is that still kind of an open competition, or is Wyatt really started to take
Wyatt's starting to take that job and run with it. He's done a really good job in practice. He's got command of it. He's making checks at the line of scrimmage. He's reading defenses. You can see when he walks up to the line of scrimmage, he's worried about what the defense looks like, and he's scanning and, worry if he has to audible and whatnot, because we give him a lot of freedom. A lot of times high school coaches won't let their high school quarterback check plays or whatever, but we let him. He understands what we're looking for, and he's got the certain checks that he can make, and we let him have the freedom to do that, and I think he's really grasped it well the last couple of weeks, about 3 weeks.
Okay, and as a coach, you really enjoy watching him grow as a football player like that, don't you?
Yeah, you see the light comes on, and it's fun to watch. He goes, okay, I see it now.
Makes sense.
And he's enjoying it more, and he's liking what we're doing, and we threw it when we needed to throw it. We run it when we need to run it, and I thought we had a pretty balanced attack Friday night against Gallatin, and and he's done a good job of running the offense.
Now, when Wyatt's here and he's trying to learn more about being a good quarterback and trying to figure out exactly what y'all are looking to do, who is it he works with? Is it more with you, or is it more with Coach Jones?
It's a combination of a lot of different people. I mean, with me, it's more on the leadership side of things. I don't do a whole lot with the actual position play. Coach Daniel, who's our quarterback coach, and he works with him on mechanics and technique, and then Coach Jones works with him on scheme and what we're looking at as far as the defense is concerned. So all of us have our hand in doing it. Mine's more of a leadership, role, and like we said, Brady does more of the scheme and Chuck does more of the mechanics.
Okay, now is it important for you as a head coach to not try to micromanage all that stuff so much?
Absolutely. I try to stay away from it. And, I called plays last year, and I've called plays for the most of my career. And I'm trying to step back, let Coach Jones and Coach Daniel and Coach Dog and them call the offense and work together, and then just let me give them suggestions. And that allows me to free my thinking up so I can know when I'm wanting to call timeouts or what kind of strategy we want to go forward on fourth down here, or do this, on defense. And that allows me a little more freedom to work in those aspects.
Okay, and what is it about, of course, I know Coach Daniel pretty good. He's been around here forever. But what is it about, and Coach Dawson too, and Coach Jones, I don't know him nearly as well as the other two, but what is it about that trio of guys and the rest of your coaching staff? What is it about them that's really been able to help people like Wyatt and some other players grow?
Yeah, well, they like Coach Jones can relate to like a Wyatt, because he played quarterback, and they both played. Coach Daniel did too, but Coach Jones played quarterback as recently as 4 years ago.
Yeah,
so he can relate to the quarterback position in more of a recent era, and they're closer in age, so that really helps Wyatt out whenever we look at like a Coach Jones helping him.
Okay, and how important is it for you to have guys like that, again, just not to micromanage and not have to do it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Coach Dog says, he goes, Coach, we could never find coaches. You got 14. I don't know how you got all these coaches out here, but I let, that's why they're here, is because I'm letting them do their job. They're very knowledgeable. They're very smart men, and, just let them do their job. They're, like when we brought in Coach DeMonte, he's a fiery, big, got a lot of energy guy, and you got to let him use what he's good at, and then that's what he does. And he's brought a lot of fire back into the program.
Yeah, Coach DeMonte, he's a little bit younger than me, and I remember when they added him on, and Marty's told me a few stories about. It didn't take him very long to become a vocal leader here.
No.
And he's kind of continued that now as a coach, hasn't he?
Right, yeah, absolutely. And I told him last year, he come and spoke to the team one Thursday just before, and I said, if you ever want a job, just let me know. And he come back in the spring, and he was kind of, I don't know, I ain't got a lot of time, this and that. And then finally over the summer was like, yeah, I think we can work something out. And he's been great. I mean, it's great to have him on staff.
The kids love him too, don't
yeah,
they?
Absolutely.
I mean, to be around somebody.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
he's hard on them too. He don't let them get away with anything. He cuts up with them, has fun with them, but he also holds them accountable for anything.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go to our next break. When we get back, I've got a few other questions I want to ask Coach Tomlinson, so make sure y'all don't go anywhere.
If you're looking to buy or sell in Dickson County, Tennessee, call Tim Southerland at Rolling Hills Realty. As a seasoned realtor, Tim knows how to get you the best price for your home. Selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make, so trust the expert. Call Tim Southerland today at 615-720-1568 or visit rollinghillsrealtydixon.com.
Looking for a mortgage loan? Look no further than First Lending Solutions. We make getting a mortgage easy with no hidden fees and no surprises. We work for you, not the bank, so you can trust us to have your best interests at heart. Get pre-approved in minutes and enjoy a seamless, stress-free experience. Apply online or call us today.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Run your name, sir. You are right
now. Hello and welcome to the Dickson County High School Football Coaches Show. I'm Casey Patrick. I'm here with Coach Tomlinson. One thing I wanted to ask you, I know last week I brought up some questions about college football, and I wanted to ask you, did you see anything over the weekend? I know professional football started Sunday as well, or Thursday actually, but did you see anything over the weekend that you really enjoyed? Maybe not something you'd add to your team, but did you see anything you liked?
You know, I honestly, I didn't really watch that much football this weekend. I promised my wife we would go out, so we went out for a little while. I did watch the Alabama-Texas game that night when we got back in, and it was a very good game. I thought, I know it was 10 points, but it really wasn't. That didn't seem like it was a lot closer than that most of the way. Tennessee, I didn't watch much of that one.
You
of
didn't
course,
miss much.
But I know they were very vanilla.
Yeah.
They didn't want to show Florida anything, so it was really a boring game to watch there. So I didn't watch the Titans yesterday. We were in here meeting, getting ready for Kirkwood. So I do have it taped, and I will watch it. I just haven't watched it yet. I know I don't mind knowing that they lost.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. But I will go back and watch it just for entertainment purposes. But anything that just stands right out this weekend? Nah, not really.
Yeah, there wasn't much either for me, because I did watch both Tennessee Vols and Tennessee Titans games, and I didn't really enjoy either experience. But I wanted to ask you this too: Do the kids ever come across something that they see, on a college game or a professional game? Do they ever come in here and say like, "Hey, coach, did you see this?"
No, they'll do it off of Madden though. So they'll get it off of the game, that game, and they'll like, "Coach, we need to do this or we need to do that."
Yeah.
Because they do it well on Madden. So
yeah, it works against a computer, and they think it'll work.
And it's funny, the guys, some of them are college guys. And don't really care much about NFL, and then some of them are NFL guys and don't really care much about watching college. Yeah. It's kind of weird how some of them are like that.
Well, and I know yesterday's a big day for a lot of people like me because fantasy football is such a big deal. Are any of your guys fantasy football players? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm sure some of them are.
Yeah.
But I ain't heard them talking about it much. No, I guess I don't know. I guess not.
Okay. Well,
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I may have to
ask
them
too. Yeah, I want to know that myself. Now, how hard is it? How hard is it to explain to them when they bring in the Madden stuff that that's not how football works?
Yeah. Well, I said that's a video game. That's a little different than what we're trying to accomplish. But no, most of the time it's what we talked about last week of scheme, and you have things that has to fit your personnel and fit your scheme. So it can't just be a random hodgepodge of a play or group of plays. They have to work off of each other, and that's what we'll tell them. Well, guys, that's not what we do. So our plays are this and we've got to stay within that scheme of plays.
Okay. Now, I was going to continue to ask you some college questions, but
I shot that down, didn't I?
No, that's okay. No, that's
because
all right.
I didn't watch much.
Well, no, that's all right. But that Texas-Alabama game, I do want to ask you something. I know last week you said you're not necessarily a huge Tennessee fan, but were you rooting for Texas or Alabama Saturday evening?
But back a few years ago, I was done with Alabama. I always wanted them to lose every game, and I'm all right. Look, they're done. They're over it. I'm not as bad toward Alabama now as I was 2 or 3 years ago. Now it's more on Georgia. I want Georgia to lose every game.
I agree.
So I wasn't. I was pulling for Texas. I'm not gonna lie. I was wanting Alabama to lose.
Yeah.
But it wasn't near as hard. It wasn't near as much of a pull as it used to be.
All right, y'all make sure and don't go anywhere with us real quick. We're going to talk Kirkwood coming right up. They're undefeated.
That's correct.
Brand new school. So make sure you don't go anywhere. We're going to talk Kirkwood here in just a minute.
Nothing updates your home like new flooring, and we have it all. Carpet, LVP, wood, vinyl, and tile, along with professional installation, warranties, and friendly advice. Preston Thompson's Flooring and Paint, voted #1 flooring store in Dickson County.
Steve Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, voted #1 auto dealer in Dickson County. A truly enjoyable car buying experience. Friendly customer service and a great selection of vehicles. Visit us today.
If you're looking to buy or sell in Dickson County, Tennessee, call Tim Southerland at Rolling Hills Realty. As a seasoned realtor, Tim knows how to get you the best price for your home. Selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make, so trust the expert. Call Tim Southerland today at 615-720-1568 or visit rollinghillsrealtydixon.com.
Watch it! Did that guy even see that girl on her bike?
Just like looking for other cars before switching lanes, drivers should keep their eyes out for those traveling on bikes. When a crash occurs between a vehicle and a bike, it's the cyclist who is most likely to be injured. Give cyclists room and do not pass too closely. Riders have the same rights and responsibilities as those behind the wheel.
Be aware, be alert. Brought to you by THSO, the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Steve Jones Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, a truly enjoyable car buying experience. Come see why we were voted #1 auto dealer in Dickson County. Visit stevejonesauto.com.
If your paint project calls for bold and vibrant neutrals or soft pastels, Benjamin Moore has the design-inspired colors you've been looking for in a full line of durable, long-lasting paints. And they're all here at Preston Thompson's Flooring and Paint, voted #1 paint store in Dickson County.
Thank you for staying with us. I'm here with Coach Tomlinson for the Dickson County High School Football Coaches Show. Coach, Kirkwood, they're undefeated. They're a brand new school. Is it weird for you? Does it make it harder that they're brand new?
I know Coach Watson pretty well. He was at Northeast a while back when I was in Montgomery County, so I know him and I know how he coaches and what he's like. So I feel like we're familiar with Kirkwood simply because of the coaching familiarity. The kids, though, you don't know any of them because, they're coming from different Rossview and Northeast, and I don't know who West Creek. I'm not sure who all they pull from to build the new school and zone from. But they're a fairly young team too, and that's what's shocking is they're 4-0, and normally whenever you have a new school open up, you're going to be young because a lot of the older guys want to stay at the school that they started, and you have some growing pains. But they're doing a really good job over there, and they're playing pretty good football.
Now, I know Coach I don't know if you know him, but Coach John Harrison, who's over at Sycamore,
right?
He's now they had to play them the first week of the year, and he told me that it is a weird thing because they are so new, and he wasn't familiar with Coach Watson as much as you are anyway. I don't believe, but Them just being brand new and being 4-0 that's got to be. It just feels like a weird outcome, right?
It does.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
You wouldn't think that they would be 4-0, but they're playing well, and I don't, I think their schedule has allowed them to build some confidence in some of the, nothing against Sycamore or Montgomery Central, but they're smaller in classification than you're talking about 3A and 4A versus 6A, and then. They've played a couple of teams in Clarksville, Northwest, and Northeast that, I feel like are a little bit down as well, especially Northeast because, they lost quite a few kids to Kirkwood. Yes. Yeah. I think their schedule. I don't think we would be talking about a 4-0 Kirkwood team if they had played Clarksville High already. Yeah. And nothing against Kirkwood because they're doing great, but Clarksville is a juggernaut, and Their schedule, I think, has allowed for them to build confidence.
Okay, now, I'm sure you've watched some tape, but what about their scheme? What do you know? What do you think they're going to try?
Their spread, their hurry up. They like to snap the ball. They're going to look at the sideline and get the play call from the coach. But they're going to get up on the ball pretty quick and try to look and see how you're going to line up to it and they'll get a call from the sideline and then they'll go, and they're pretty fast at running it. Wouldn't say that they're, Tennessee fast by doing it, but they do like to try to go pretty quick offensively. And they're about 50-50 on running and passing. So they might spread you out and you may think that they're throwing it a lot, but they're really actually running it quite a bit. So you gotta be prepared for that. Defensively, they run an even front, which they're running a 4-2-5. On defense, they got two big old nose tackles inside that three technique and shade are big old boys, and they can clog the middle pretty good, and they got some speed in the secondary. So they're like I said, they're a good football team.
Also, real quick about Kirkwood, what is it? What are y'all going to try to do? To slow them down defensively, and what would you like to do on offense?
Well, defensively, we're going to mix coverages up, and we're going to kind of disguise some coverages so that they can't get the play from the line of scrimmage because we're going to, hopefully once they get that play, we're going to shift and move. So we're going to try to stem late defensively. Offensively, we're coming right at you. We think we're more physical than them, and we think we're bigger and stronger than them, and we're going to prove to we're going to make them prove to us that they can handle a team coming right downhill right at you. Put your big boy pants on because we're playing big boy football this week.
All righty. And last question. Your guys know they're undefeated, right?
Yep.
They want to give them that L, don't they?
Yep, they do. I told them today. I said, I know they're undefeated. They're a pretty good football team, but they need to be put in their place. Absolutely. And that's, kind of the way that the mindset or the mentality that we got to take into the game is, we can't go in there intimidated because they're 4-0. We need to go in there and stay and be the intimidator.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach, and good luck Friday.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank y'all, and have a wonderful evening.
You've been watching the Dickson County High School Coaches Show with Dickson County head coach Jeff Tomlinson and Dickson Post sports reporter Casey Patrick. Join us each week at this time on Main Street Media TV to get the latest on Dickson County football. The Dickson County Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Pamela Witt, First Lending Solutions, Lee Canifax with Health Markets Insurance, Steve Jones, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Tim Sutherland with Rolling Hills Realty, Preston Thompson's Carpet Shop, and the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.